Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Steve Murray with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We'll have a guest speaker on with us, Dave Pimper. Dave is the president of Lazarus Coaching, also a top producer in his own right. He's going to talk regarding Social Security claiming and the opportunities to assist your clients and to build new clientele around Social Security claiming. And the better part of the webinar is going to be going over the 4 or 5 things that are very important and key for you to know if you are going to be able to answer many of the questions that may arise regarding Social Security. So this should be an informative webinar regarding Social Security claiming, and also give you a couple ideas on ways to better build your practice or more quickly build your practice using Social Security expertise as kind of a lever. So really looking forward to it here today. As we get rolling, a couple things that I want to make sure that you're aware of. Number one, there will be a poll or two that we will launch, and I would appreciate if you could quickly answer those. We like to get the polls asked and answered as quickly as possible so we can move on. A lot of times when folks are not able to answer, we assume interest, only because a lot of times that's a technical difficulty. So I would say more than anything else, if you would not like us to follow up with you on a particular subject, be sure to put no on that poll. Secondly, there'll be some opportunity for you to ask questions. You type them in and hit send, and we'll get them asked and answered as quickly as we can. So let's get rolling. I want to tell you a couple of things about IAMS before we get rolling. Of course, many of you are aware of and have already taken advantage of our new producer bonuses, but there are some of you here that are still considering whether IAMS is the right fit for you. Maybe have just joined us in the last month or two, so you're still obviously completely eligible for new producer bonuses. You can see all of the opportunities ahead of you or before you on the screen. A couple things I want to mention specifically as we're talking about Social Security at the 750 level. You can see that we will help you get up to 50 buying units at your Social Security seminars at that level. So get you off to a really quick start in the Social Security claiming business. So keep those in mind. Otherwise, if there's something that you want to do that maybe is not on that list and you want us to be open to helping you with that as well, that's great. We do that quite a bit. Just get with your annuity sales director and let us know what you're thinking, and we'll see what we can do for you there. A couple other things that you need to be, so many of you, most of you take advantage of the marketing reimbursement program. Simple program. You put business in, we put marketing money in your marketing reimbursement account. And then when you spend money on your marketing, we can help you grow your business by doubling the duty of your marketing dollars. So take advantage, if you are not already, of marketing reimbursement. A few of you aboard also regularly take advantage of this program. It's the program that we send out the biggest checks on. It's called our RPM program, Referred Producer Money. Pretty simple program as well. If you refer a producer and they do business, then we start sending you checks on a quarterly basis. And it basically is a bonus based on the business that they do. It does not come out of their commission. It comes out really actually out of our advertising budget. And so all benefits, incentives, training, everything that's available to you is available to your refer as well. So if you haven't considered maybe referring a client over, we're like you. Most of our business, most of our best relationships over the years have come from referrals. We always appreciate those, and this RPM program is a big reason for that. They can get to be pretty considerable checks that go out to you for those referrals. You're going to see a poll pop up here in just a minute regarding our life and annuity academies. Many of you know that we've been doing life and annuity academies now for about 20 years in the industry. They're recognized as some of the best and really more sought after academy out there. And the reason for that is that we have a really good lineup of information, and it is not a product dump, but rather it is designed to help you increase your sales and marketing levels. So big opportunity for you. If you haven't been to one of our academies, I'm going to put this poll up. You can see before you, we have top producers. We're going to talk about, there's so much innovation right now around fixed indexed annuity products that you really have to keep on top of that. So we'll spend maybe 45 minutes to an hour talking about that during the course of this 3-day event. But this is not a 101. This is definitely an upper level opportunity for folks that understand the basics of the products and understands the basics of their business that are just trying to sharpen their business a little bit and grow it to a new level. So if you have interest in that, I am going to shoot out a quick poll. We have 4 still open for this year. We have the second one coming up in June. That one is closed, but we have 4 more coming up this year. So if you have interest in maybe joining us for one of our academies, put yes on this poll. And what we'll do is we'll send you out a registration form, and then when they come up, then we'll give you a call and see if it works for your travel schedule. We know that you all are busy, and we've got 4 coming up, and maybe 2 or 3 of them won't work for you, but maybe 1 or 2 of them will. And so we'll try and get you the best fit for your schedule possible. Your travel is taken care of, your lodging is taken care of, meals while you're here taken care of. The one thing that you're going to have to commit to is you're going to be out of your office for 3 days. We generally do them on a Wednesday through a Friday. So you're leaving your office Wednesday morning, and you'll be back in your hometown probably sometime mid to late Friday afternoon. So that's your commitment. If you have interest in coming in, give us a call or just put yes on that poll. The number is 800-255-5055. The next one coming up, I think, is in late July. Then we have one in late August. We'll have one in September. Then I think the final one is in October. So let us know if you're interested. We'd love to have you join us if it is of interest. If you've already been in, if your business is at a level that you're happy with, certainly that's okay. Just put no on that poll. I appreciate that very much. I'm going to close that out in about 30 seconds. And I see we've got a couple people that we're waiting for about there. So why don't I just go ahead and close that out? If you have any questions, I want you to give us a call here at 800-255-5055. And when you call, just ask for me. My name is Steve Murray, or ask for any of the sales directors. Most of our agents now do most of their business via e-application. It is certainly the wave of the future, and it's not wave of the distant future, unfortunately. I think probably within a couple of years, you will see carriers in general want, encourage, and maybe require you to do your applications via e-app. It's much more compliant. The forms that they get are much more complete. They get all the right forms, and it gets into their system quicker and easier. Those are easily the first apps processed every day. We see apps begin to get processed when they come in via e-app the same day. A lot of times it's 2, 3, 4 days before we see paper apps get in their system. So keep that in mind. If we can help you with that, we have a single sign-on, which what that means is now you can just go to our website and register there for Firelight, and then all the carriers that you could do business with on the annuity side and some on the life side as well are available on that Firelight single sign-on. So you can, if you got an app to do with Equitrust, and you need to do an app with Athene, and you need to do an app with North American, you can do those all right from our site, so you don't have to go from site to site to site. It's exactly the same as if you were on the carrier site doing it. One thing that one of our agents mentioned to me recently was his life was made much more simpler because he actually was doing 3 apps on the same client. And of course, you can do a cut and paste across from carrier to carrier to carrier on our website, where you can't do that on the carrier website. So it made everybody's life a little bit easier. Whatever we can do to help you with those e-apps. If you have any questions, if you need something, give our sales team a call again, 800-255-5055. Ask how to register. The registration for that is literally a 3-minute process. You go on our website, you put in your email and a couple pieces of information, and then we do a little check-in, and then we approve your registration. So it's really, really easy, and we can walk you through how to do an e-app if you're not already. One complaint or question I get is, well, what if I'm at my client's house and they don't have internet? There are ways to work with that. You can actually complete and print out an application, take it out to your client, have them sign it, re-upload it into Firelight, and still have it processed as an e-app, which is really a slick way to do business too. If you've got a client that you're unsure has that ability to do an e-app at their house, or if they're not coming to your office. So let us know how we can help you. We got a great creative team, a great advertising team. What I would say in general, we have most of our producers now use them at some level, and much of what they can do is just as simple as putting your logo on some flyers, helping you with your logo, assisting you with your Facebook marketing, assisting you with your website. A lot of those things can be done pro bono or very little cost to you. You can use marketing reimbursement to do that. So if you have questions on what they can do, give our team a call at 800-255-5055. Ask your sales director, have them walk you through some of the things that most of our producers use and see if it's a fit for you. I know I get the the greatest of feedback from our producers. They love what they can do. It seems magical, the way that they can get things set up and looking so beautiful and so easy. Save you a lot of time, save your team a lot of time as well. Many of our producers now use the Retirement Analyzer. Hope you'll take advantage of it. If you're not, if you're producing with us, we pay for it. That's an $80 a month expense that we take care of for you. You can see before you on the screen the questions that you can answer. You get an idea of what it looks like. This has been an 18-year association for us now with the folks at Thomas Gold that developed the Retirement Analyzer. They have improved their product and made it better and better and better every year. Some of our producers will not do business with any of their clients now without doing a retirement analysis. Many of our clients reserve the use of retirement analysis for the A, B, and C clients. There is some efforts involved in putting all that together, and some of your sales obviously are not so complicated, but if you're doing business with clients on multiple levels, want to assist them and help them find their way to a nice, green, and happy retirement, this is a great product for you to use, and it will keep them. It will make your client less a one-time transaction client and more a customer for life. So if we can take care of that for you, even if you're not doing business with us yet, if you're thinking about it and you'd like to see how that looks, we can probably get you an opportunity to look at it, maybe run one on yourself for one of your A clients and just see what it looks like and see if it's something that might be valuable to you. Again, take advantage of that by calling your sales director at 800-255-5055, and that's going to help you win your way to the sanctuary at Kiawah Island, a beautiful resort. I've had the good fortune to have been to that resort some years back. It's a beautiful resort right on the beach, beautiful pools, beautiful grounds. As you can tell by the picture before you, they've got some nice courses. I think one of them is a PGA course. We have an 18-month qualification, which continues through the rest of this year. We'll be going out to the sanctuary in April and enjoying some nice time with you and your guest. So I hope that you can make that. For those of you that end up in the top 20, we're going to take a few extra days. Charleston is right down the road. We're going to go to the Charleston Place and spend some time there. Beautiful little city. We'd love to have you join us by being in our top 20. That will probably take somewhere in the range of about 10 to 12 million points to qualify. Many of you are well on your way to qualifying for the event, and I know a couple of you on board with us today are well on your way to qualifying for the extra stay at Charleston Place. So looking forward to that. Still plenty of room and plenty of time to qualify. So Dave Pimper, the coach, he is the president of Lazarus Coaching. He's got a great team. He's been coaching with us now for 18, 19 years now, maybe even longer than that. Met him on one of our top producer cruises. We went to it was Alaskan cruise, and Dave was on the back of the boat. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, and there was Dave on the back of the boat having a cigar. We got to chatting, and he mentioned that he coached, and I said, hey, I think I have some guys that might benefit from that. And here we are, many, many years later with the great association. So very pleased to have Dave with us today. He's going to talk about Social Security claiming and how you can use that to grow your business and to help your current clientele. So with that further delay, I'm going to turn it over to the coach, Mr. Dave Pimper.
Thank you very much, Steve. Hey, thanks everyone for being on the line with us today. This is a 25-minute webinar. So we're going to be done. We're going to be done at 20 till the hour, at the top of the hour. My name is Dave Pimper. As you can tell, I'm an old guy. 68 years old. Started in the business when I was 25 or 26. I think I just turned 26, and so 42 years in the business, and really enjoy what I do. Really love coaching. Which helps other advisors, and I'm proprietary, with the IAMS group. So I go in and I work specifically with IAMS advisors. And one of the things I do is coach Social Security, which can lead into Social Security seminars. So I ask here, why should an advisor get coached up and learn on Social Security claiming? So here we go. If you have any questions whatsoever, absolutely type them in, and I'm going to be more than happy to help you. So this is by Sarah O'Brien from CNBC. Says most retirees get little advisor help on Social Security. And then it says the majority of older Americans get no professional advice about a key part of retirement planning, Social Security, even if they work with a financial advisor. Isn't that interesting? Even if they work with a financial advisor. So here we're going to take a quiz. And actually take this quiz with me, please. It's a 3-minute quiz, 5 questions. Only 1 in 300 seniors could ace this, but let's see how you do as an advisor. Question 1. To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? What's the answer to that? It is not FRA. You get your full benefit at full retirement age. It's age 70. That's the age to get a maximum monthly benefit. Number 2, what's your earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? So you're not disabled. Your health is good. What's the earliest age you can receive that survivor benefit? What's the age? Write it down. Answer is 60. You're exactly right, 60, not 62. Number 3, does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? So if you want to get a spousal benefit, does that spouse need to be claiming, yes or no? It is yes, you do. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Question, can they? Answer is yes. So if you got yes right, there's 4 stipulations. Okay, 4 things that have to happen. If you can name if you can name one of them, and I'm going to give you an idea, like the divorce had to happen 2 years ago or longer. That's one of them. Your ex needs to be at least 62. That's one of them. Can you guess one of the other 2? One of the other 2. Write it down to get this answer right. Well, the first one is married at least 10 years. You do, and your spouse that you divorced continuous years, and then you are unmarried. Yeah, you got one of those right. You got that question right. And last question: are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you're divorced? Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you're divorced? Yay or nay? What do you think? What do you think? Well, the answer, yep. And those 4 stipulations we went through, so I'm going to give that to you if you guessed yes. So how did you do? If you got 1, 2, or 3, you probably need Social Security training, coaching, help, information to make you better at answering those questions. If you got 4 or 5 and you didn't guess that, I'm going to tell you what, that's very, very good. Very good. Not many people can do that. Congratulations. Most people don't, though. Now, it says, how important is Social Security? Nearly 60% of all retirees count their Social Security benefit to be the major source of income. It's the major source of income, not just a source of income, but a major source of income. That's pretty wild. That's how important it is. I love this slide by Jenna Herron back in 2019 doing this one thing where your Social Security could mean losing $100,000 in retirement. How much does claiming Social Security at the wrong time cost you? Retirees will lose an average of $111,000 in income per household over their lifetime because they took Social Security benefits at the wrong time. In bullet point 3, only 4% of retirees took Social Security at the financially optimal age. Huh. Isn't that something? There's 3 ways you can get coached up on Social Security. One is I just coach you. $800, 4 sessions, get all the attachments, you get the PowerPoint. Yeah, $800. The second one is Social Security seminars, and they're hot right now. Got a great marketer who's doing a great job with Facebook marketing, getting a lot of people there. Out of my last 3 seminars, I got 43 appointments, set appointments, 43 of them. My last 3 Social Security seminars. I'm averaging 14, 15 seminars per campaign. Pretty darn good. or radio. Retirement Boss Radio, to have radio. That's pretty cool. Yep. If you have any questions, type them in. Started in 1935 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt. 65 was the only age you could take. The average age of longevity in 35 was age 62, and you couldn't take the 65. What a deal. The age went down with President Kennedy in 1961 down to age 62, taking a discount. A few years later, they went up to age 70, could make more. COLA's cost of living adjustment, which was 8.7 last year, 5.9 the year before. Yeah, highest years in 38 to 40 years. Started in 1975. There was no taxation until 83. Ronald Reagan, across the aisle, Tip O'Neill, Speaker of the House, Democratic side, got together, shook hands. Something that doesn't happen much today. Taxation started. Bipartisan Budget Act 215, major change. Did away with file and suspend in 6 months through a phase out. 8 years for restricted. This is the last year. Isn't really major stuff going on with Social Security, major until every 7 to 10 years. So just Social Security 101, just simple. It all starts at full retirement age. If you're born, born between 43 and 1954, your full retirement age is 66. And it's in between that to 1960 and later born, age 67. Take early, as early as 62, but it's discounted. The earlier you take it, the more discount. The later you wait up to 70, the more increase. That's the basics of Social Security claiming. Can it have a huge value? Darn right it can. If you claim at your right time. Not the right time, but your right time. There's 2.85 trillion in the trust fund, about 1.1 total of revenue. We had more expenses last year and the year before. First time it's happened in 37, 38 years. But more, we certainly have some decrease. The revenue stream from payroll taxes doesn't cover it all. And when they talk about it going bankrupt, they're talking about the trust fund. Social Security cannot go bankrupt because it's a pay-as-you-go system with payroll taxes. But can the trust fund go bankrupt? Yeah, and if that happened, you're going to lose 15, 20% of your benefit. Yeah, you're going to lose. It's not going to happen, but if that did, that would. They're either going to tax it or they're going to increase the age or a combination of both. It is a pay-as-you-go system through taxation. FICA, Federal Insurance Contributions Act, does borrow and issue IOUs, and Social Security is not a Ponzi scheme. It's not. It's not a Ponzi scheme. I got to shut that off. Sorry about that. My phone went off. Shouldn't be doing that. That's my bad. Yeah, but it's not a Ponzi scheme. It's paid for by payroll taxes. Now, what they say it is sometimes because what happens is that they have borrowed. The government's borrowed against Social Security, against those special issue government guaranteed bonds. They've borrowed against them. There's no money in there. It's an IOU from the government, but what backs your currency? It's an IOU. So what happens is that just because you go on in and just because there's not money in the trust fund doesn't mean Social Security is bankrupt. It means the trust fund will go eventually bankrupt in 10, 12 years. But what happens? They're going to make changes. Government will absolutely make changes before that happens. Okay? Questions? Please type them in. You need 40 quarters of coverage. That means they're called work credits. So $1,640 is how much you need to make to get a work credit. $6,560 in a year qualifies you for the most credits you can get in a year. Now, the more you make, up to that $160,200, because you don't pay Social Security above that. So the benefit gets bigger up to that. But it starts at that $1,640. So how much you make, and Then it talks about the 35 highest inflation adjusted year, not your 3 years like a pension, but your 35 highest inflation adjusted. So just because you made 25,000 back in the 80s, 85, 86, that might be one of your higher years, inflation adjusted. Last year, 5.9 COLA, cost of living allowance. This year, 8.7. Gotta love that dog. Full retirement age, 43 to 54 born, age 66. I was born in 1955, so my full retirement age is 66 years and 2 months. If I was born in 56, 66 and 4 months, etc. 2 months stair step up to 1960 year later, it's 67. A brand new child born today in the hospital, Social Security claims at 67. Probably is going to change for him or her, but age 67. If you take early, it's reduced. If you take as early as 62, that's the earliest you can take an individual benefit. It's going to be reduced anywhere from 25 to 30%. Guaranteed for the rest of your life. If you wait longer, I'm waiting longer. I get a guaranteed 8% of my money. Guaranteed, pretty good one. When the market was down 20 last year, I got an 8% guarantee and COLA on top of that, 5.9. That's 13.9%. I have about a $3,000 full retirement age benefit, FRA, a PIA, primary insurance amount. Yeah. So it grew about $400 last year, and it's growing about $500 this year. $900 in 2 years because I delayed it after full retirement age. Pretty cool. Type in questions. We want questions. We'll answer them for you. Tell you what, one of the reasons Social Security is so strong for an advisor to know, because very few advisors know anything about Social Security. If you're working with that pre-retired or just retired crowd, that crowd that's in transition going into retirement or just went into retirement, isn't Social Security going to come up almost every single time? You darn right it is. Medicare will normally come up. You have to, but Social Security is really where people come on in and say, it's people that have money. People who don't have money, they don't come in and say, when should I claim? I mean, I have to have the money. No, that's a different matter. Just met from a Social Security workshop. A guy had $1.5 million. He had it with the Fisher Investments, which is a big money manager, and he's just concerned about the market, and he wants some safetiness to it, and he's just concerned, and he came to the workshop at Social Security questions, and all of a sudden whips out all those statements, his wife's and his retirement. Now, whether I work with it or not, I can't tell you, but I got a fighting chance. Darn right. So on a spousal benefit, is it given? Is it automatic, or do you got to ask for it? Spousal benefit, automatic, or got to ask for it? You're almost always wrong on this. It's automatic. It's automatic. Let's say Dave's PIA primary insurance amount, that's the amount at full retirement age is $2,400, and Amy's PIA primary insurance amount is $1,000. Dave can take all of his, Amy, the smaller one, can always take all of theirs or half of Dave's, whichever is higher. What's higher? All of her 1,000 or half a Dave's 2,400. Half a Dave's 2,400 is higher. That's how you do the spousal benefit. The lower one's either or, either or. Survivor benefit, my wife says no one gets out of here alive physically, and that's certainly true. Dave's benefits $2,000, Amy's benefits $1,200. Who dies first? Normally the guy, 75% of the time. Boom, he's dead. Amy can't keep both benefits. He's not living anymore. She can keep her benefit, not take his. She can drop her benefit and take his. Can't take them both. What's she gonna do? Darn right. Drop hers, take his. Saves her $800. She doesn't get both of them, the $3,200, but she does get the $2,000. She doesn't ask, she doesn't receive this. You have to ask for this. It's not done automatically. Divorced spouse, yeah, pretty cool. Remember that married 10 years, continuously, currently unmarried, exes at least 62. Remember all those? Yeah. What happens is if they all line up and the divorce is longer than 2 years, yeah, you'll be able to claim your wife as if you're still married to her. You'll be able to claim your husband just as if you're still married to him. And it works with divorced spouse, survivor spouse, all the different kind of spousal benefits. coordinating spousal benefits, I'm not going to take long on this, but it talks about restricted application. You would have to be born before January 2nd of 54. Okay. That means you're 69 years and 5 months old. 69, 5. And you have to start taking at 70 or you lose your benefit. So there's only about 7 months, 7 months left. But what it is just that the smaller benefit has been taken and you let yours grow. You're going to earn the delayed retirement credits as you go in and take half of the spouse. But you have to be, born before January 2nd of 54, so it's a very narrow window. But that free money you get for the spousal benefit, you'd be able to get it for 6-7 months, so about $3,500, which would be well worth to do it. Most people go to the Social Security Association Administration to get advice on when they should claim. They can't give you advice. Cannot give you advice. Isn't that wild? They can give your highest benefit at a certain age, but they cannot give advice. Right here from their manual. Provide enough information so that claimants can make informed choices, but do not give advice. No advice. We give advice all day long. They don't. I always say that Social Security is the worst water cooler talk there is. Hey, Dave, I took it 62 and you should too. Hey, Dave, I took it 68 and you should too. Hey, Dave, I took it 70 and you should too. You know what? You have to figure out when the best time to take is. It's not a standalone income stream, very flexible, claiming at your right time, not the right time. That survivor benefit can be huge. My mom's 99 and still taking my dad's survivor benefit. Yep. I use this as a worksheet to go in and to really find out what their assets are. Of course, and I've listed them out, but wages, pensions, income producing assets like investment accounts, savings accounts, IRAs, Roth, 401ks, 403bs, thrift savings plans, all that, anything that they have. RMDs is actually at 73 now. And then how Social Security goes in and conduits or complements those other four income streams. So you're asking yourself when to claim your Social Security benefit. Well, there's just a ton of benefits. Individual benefits, spousal, coordinating, divorce, survivor. But a really good Social Security person is going to ask about your health history. Ask about, what your goal is for this money. Ask them, what do you want to do with this money? Ask about their expenses. Ask about those 5 pillars of income. Ask each one of those, like required minimum distributions on traditionals. Well, at 73, they're forced to take money out, so that's going to play a part. There's just a lot to consider. A lot to consider with Social Security. Remember, 3 ways to get it. Okay? There's seminar marketing. It's common, it's popular. 2,950. Get 3 sessions coached to you, 45 minutes each. Retirement Boss Radio, 3 sessions also to be your own radio host. I tell you, it's just amazing how many people listen to radio in that pre-retired and retired age group. I'm not looking for the millennials. I'm looking for people, 55 to 70. That's what I'm looking for. Or just 4 Social Security sessions for $800. If you know Social Security, you've got a lot of strength on your side. I will tell you right now, you're going to give that information they couldn't get from other advisors. There's no saying. It says procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. They never stop. Tomorrow never comes. If you got questions, if you'd like to get answers, absolutely. And there's a poll here. I want you to mark yes on this poll. Now, Steve will be putting that up here just shortly. I want to answer a couple questions before we get that poll up, okay? So the first thing is a person did talk about how do seminars work. So let me just explain to this. Social Security claiming seminars, you should never do anything besides Social Security. It should be Social Security. I mean, we do throw a Medicare, but Medicare's not a product. Like Social Security is not a product. I wouldn't do annuities. I wouldn't do mutual funds. I wouldn't do fixed annuities. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't make a mainstay on it. You're getting them in to talk Social Security. You want them to come to the appointment. From there, you can do kind of what you want to do with them. But I'll tell you right now, Social Security is strong because so many people just don't have a real understanding of how Social Security works. So those seminars are put together by IAMS. I help coach those. I coach the Social Security end of those seminars, and then also what happens is that Lynn Feldhauser, who does our in-house coaching, or in-house administration on seminars, she's the one that puts it all together. And we guarantee 35 sign-ups. It doesn't mean 35 people are going to come, but we will guarantee 35 signups. So that $2,000 in $2,950, we guarantee 35 people to sign up. You do, and there's about 50 to 60% of the people will actually come to the seminar. Okay, I like to do it in a town of 100,000 or more, and the goal here is to get the appointment. The goal is not to write business at the seminar in that first appointment, because most people don't have a one meeting stop. But we want to go in and have enough appointments where we could give them more information, make some FaceTime, kind of get a good feeling of each other, see if it's a good fit to write the business down. Oh, I made a mistake there. Sorry. I still say procrastination. Yeah, Steve will be putting up this poll here just in a second. Another thing we had a question was on radio. So Retirement Boss Radio is it has a trademarked on the name. Retirement Boss Radio take charge of your money, and it's an hour show. We only really record for half an hour, and then we take a pre-recorded show for the other half an hour. And they're in segments, 15-minute segments. So we actually got 4 15-minute segments. We have strong offers. There's 4 strong offers throughout the show itself. And many times we're talking about things where I would say that's why so many people sign up, which is so true though. In the last one we did, there was 8 buying units, and we got 8 people say yes, they want an appointment. And some people don't like Social Security seminars or marketing in general because you don't know who's going to come, especially with hard copy mail. It's something, but when you've got Facebook marketing, that's a little bit different. So what happens is that there was a gal that just, I tried to help her, but she just had no money. She's on SSI actually, and but then the guy just before her is the one that had $1.5 million. Just funny. That means back to back. So you just never know. But radio, I will say that it really brings in a little bit different kind of crowd. Pretty upscale. I mean, it's the people that, not all of them, but I would say there's a little more net worth, within that those radio prospects. Got 3 appointments this weekend from radios. Very happy with that. If I get 2 or more, I'm elated. But seminars and radio are really my mainstay of educational workshops that I give here in the Nebraska area. So there's our coaching poll. Would you like more information on Social Security coaching? If you got a 1, 2, or 3, maybe, or don't need as much, but you got a 4 or 5. I tell you what, doing Social Security is power. It makes you feel powerful. So mark yes. Lisa Marie will call you today or at the latest tomorrow morning. It'll most likely be today. She'll call and set an appointment up for me and you, and then we'll talk. Not someone else, not one of my associates, but actually with you. And we're going to talk here for the next 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. So there's not a long talk. So I hope that a lot of you mark yes. Please do that right now, or mark no. That's strictly your prerogative, but hopefully it'll be yes. Steve, I'm going to turn this over to you, and we'll kind of finish it up then.
Perfect, Dave. Thank you as always. Good stuff, good information. A lot of very specific questions about
Hey, Steve, real quick, I did talk about seminars and radio. Just let you
Good.
know, kind of waiting for you to come back. So those
Yep.
two have been covered. And if there's
Yeah.
other specific notes on that, if there's specifics, then we can cover that too.
Yeah, it's actually there's specific questions on different claiming options and things like that available on very specific cases. So I would encourage those are too numerous here for us to answer all those one off. So I would encourage those folks to have those very specific questions to put yes on that poll and go ahead and schedule a few minutes with Dave. Dave's level of expertise on Social Security is very high. I don't have a lot of complicated questions that have come to me on Social Security, but Dave, I would guess that there probably are not many questions that you get on a daily or weekly basis from any of your people that you've worked with on a coaching basis that have stumped you. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate now. It wasn't maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago, but once in a while I've got to go up on the Palms manual and I've got to go and do some investigation. But I would say 29 out of 30. Probably. I mean, pretty high. Pretty high.
Pretty high, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
truly a great resource for Social Security information and questions for our group. So if you have a very specific question on a Social Security claim, which I see a number of you do, just put yes, and Dave will be glad to spend a few minutes with you and answer any questions as well as talking about other opportunities for you. So really, really good. Just looking through the questions here, Dave, give me 1 second. Joseph has done Social Security seminars, and he's done them in the past. He's had pretty good attendance, but not a lot of conversion. That's actually a question that we get fairly regularly is, how do you convert from a Social Security seminar or from a Social Security opportunity? What would you say was the turning point for you in figuring that out, Dave?
So are you talking about getting the appointment at the seminar? Is that what you're talking about?
I think what he's referring to is that he hasn't been able to convert to business from seminars
Ah,
on
I
Social
got it. I
Security.
got it. I
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, it is tricky. I mean, because you're going from a non-product. I think when I started going off of that 5 pillars of income, wages, pensions, investable assets, RMDs at traditionals and social, because in that third listing there, and we had a slide on it, Steve, earlier, but those investable assets that could take income from. So that's 401ks, IRAs, Roths, SEP simples, thrift savings plans, savings, CDs, annuities. I mean, all and on and on. That when I started getting all those assets, that I just try to find the lowest hanging fruit. That would be the easiest asset, if not all of them, to try to bring over through a plan. And that's really made a difference to me. Was that kind of worksheet that I have off of that five pillars of income. I would say that
And
was
you
the
talk
difference.
yeah, and you talk some about that too when you do your coaching, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
if that's of interest to you, you want to learn more about that, or you're saying, hey, I've done seminars. Seminars, as Dave mentioned already, are they're a very hot topic. Social Security seminars are a very hot topic right now. There's obviously a lot of folks maybe that didn't have opportunity to ask their questions over there, go to seminars over the past couple 3 years, and then so much has been on the news lately about Social Security. Is it going to be there? What can you expect? What's the best thing to do if you don't think Social Security is viable, long term? Should you claim now just to get what you can? So, you probably get some pretty crazy questions at your Social Security seminars, don't you, Dave?
I get no questions. I don't take
You don't
questions.
take any, no questions
I
from
don't
you.
take any. Yeah, you teed that up well. I don't take any questions. In fact, I have one of my administrators helps me, which you can have a friend. If you don't have an administrator, it can be your wife or your husband. But what happens is that I'm not even there. I mean, if it's a library, I'm off in a corner reading a paper or magazine. I come in about 3 till, go through some housekeeping tips. We start in a minute or two. The instant I'm done with the workshop, I go back, hide out. I don't stick around. I don't answer any questions. I don't set myself up to answer any questions. And I tell them during the workshop, I'm not going to answer questions. I tell them I got about 2 hours information. We got to get done here in about 55 minutes. A lot of times the questions are real particular to just that person's wants, needs, and desires, bores the rest of the group. But between us chickens, Remember that expression, Steve? Between us chickens, what
Yes,
happens
I do.
is yeah. What happens is that we certainly don't want to answer something that they could ask in person, that we could go in and delve more into their financials. So the more questions you ask, the less people will come.
Social Security maximization software is the next question that comes up. So there is software available. Do you want to talk about that for just a second?
Yeah, there's a lot of softwares out there. They're all pretty good. There's some that are very good. Some you have to pay for. I take one that I have to pay for. I'm not going to promote it on air. I will off of air. But you know what? We provide, which is a $30 a month value for 3 months. It's Zurich. It's one of their subsidiaries. Comes in and does a Social Security software. It's very, very good, very in depth, and you get a free software for 3 months if you do coach seminar marketing or radio marketing. You coach with us for Social Security. You will get that.
Perfect. And the last question I see, it's again from James. Do you have a course for educating the agent on Social Security? So you might just talk about that because James, maybe there are some like certification level courses out there. Yours is more hands-on Social Security. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, very much so. No, I don't have a designate. I don't have any designates myself. I think a designate is just fine. But I will tell you this: I've had multiple people go through the designate course, and I'm one of them. And then they coached with me, and all that is done online. It's not proactive. It's not a communication process. Ours is. We role play. Yeah, all of them, all three or four of them that I've done that with, have said they've learned much more taking the Social Security training sessions or coaching sessions with myself than they did of going online and reading from a book, and pretty boring stuff, pretty vanilla. We put a little life into it because Social Security is not the most exciting subject. I really find it exciting, but again, I love Social Security. But the more you know, I'll tell you what, it will impress your clients. I'll assure you that.
Perfect. Good stuff. So if you have any additional questions, most of you had voted. Thank you for that. Those of you that haven't voted, I'm guessing probably a technical difficulty. I'm going to close that poll out. For those of you that are asking about getting these slides themselves are not available, but you can replay or re-listen to any one of our webinars, including the Social Security claiming webinars that we do right on our website. Just go to our YouTube channel, pull it up, and let me see if I can do that. I'll send everybody out a link to our website. Just go to our YouTube channel and you'll be able to search for Social Security claiming. You can search for almost any subject matter and pull up a webinar about it. We have probably 200, 300 webinars that are housed out there, but you can re-listen to this webinar. This particular one won't be up on the website until probably later this afternoon or tomorrow, but we have other Social Security webinars that you can listen to as well. So if you have any questions about that, certainly give us a call here at the office. It's 800-255-5055. Ask for myself or ask for any one of our sales directors. I'll be glad to walk you through and help you through the process. Great time to be in our business. If you're not getting in front of more people right now, you are missing out. People are, market gyration has them a little bit concerned. Banking questions have them a little bit concerned. Interest rates are up, leading to better rates in annuities than we've seen probably for the past 18 to 20 years. So I don't know that there'll be a more perfect storm than we have right now for some time. So hopefully you're taking advantage of that by getting in front of as many clients as possible, whether that's seminars, radio, referrals, whatever you do. If you need help with that and you would like to get a hold of we've got about a booklet about 15 pages long of different prospecting opportunities that we make available either through ourselves or through third parties that you can certainly have a look at as well. Just give your sales director a call and ask for our prospecting opportunities booklet. If you have any questions and anything else, give us a call here at the office, 800-255-5055. I want to thank you all for joining us on a Tuesday morning. I know that you could probably be sitting in an appointment making money right now, so the fact that you took some time out of your schedule to join us is very, very impressive and valuable to us, and we want to make sure that we reciprocate with good assistance. So let us know how we can help you. Dave, thank you as well. I know your schedule, I think when we spoke last, you were booked through the 8th day of June with
Yeah,
appointments pretty much back to back. So the fact that you're willing
yeah,
to take
just
time with us,
yeah, just a lot. Well,
yeah,
yeah, no, I appreciate this, and I appreciate everyone listening today. And if I can help you on Social Security, another marketing or sales process, absolutely mark yes, and we'll be in touch.
thank you, everybody. Have a great day. And thank you again for taking some time out to join us and call us at 800-255-505 with any questions. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye now.